Hello, guys, and welcome back to the AFK Podcast. I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Olivia.
And, welcome to episode 10.
Yeah. We took like a...
Sorry.
2 month... No, it's a month. We took a month break. I was going to say 2 weeks, but it wasn't 2 weeks. Because 2 weeks is when we normally upload. But we took a month off.
Yeah.
Things were going on in my life.
And then I moved. Then I lost power again when I moved.
Mm-hmm.
It was a time.
And things were going on in my life. It was just a lot. So
it was a lot.
We took a break.
Listen. But we're back.
But we're back. And that's all that matters, is that we continued doing it. And that we didn't, just let it fall off into oblivion, which I was kind of nervous about, but...
Nah, I knew we would get back into it.
I didn't know if I was gonna... No, I'm joking. I've just been severely depressed for the past couple days, so I was like, I didn't know if I was gonna have, motivation or not, but everything's fine. We're good. We're here. We're gonna do... obviously, so if you're watching on YouTube, you can see that there's an extra frame down there with the name Savagekoala on it. Our friend Ewan is going to join us in a little bit, but I wanted to just keep it there so it's ready to go for when he joins, pretty much, other than me having to adjust the camera to make sure that when he pops in,
it's going to work.
It's going to work. But we are going to have a guest. We're going to do a little bit of a deep dive. I feel like it's not going to be as intensive as people might expect it to be.
I think it's going to be like a brief history.
Brief history.
Like a brief history lesson.
Yeah.
You know?
Of Pokemon.
Pokemon.
We're going to do a little brief history of Pokemon. But first, while we wait for Ewan, we're going to do September releases. So I have a little list next to me. The first one that's coming out on September 5th for PC and Switch. We have 2 games coming out on September 5th. Sorry. September 5th, the first one, PC and Switch, is Chants of Sennaar.
Ooh.
And then the other game for PC and Switch as well is Rune Factory 3 Special.
I love Rune Factory.
Do you?
I do. Really, really niche franchise, but fun.
Nice. On September 6th, we have 2 games. We have one game that's already out, but that will be released for PlayStation 5, which is Baldur's Gate 3. So...
Besides the obvious qualms that we have gone over in the past, I heard it's a really good game.
Yeah, I've heard a lot. I've watched Melee play it. It seems super interesting. I want to play it, and I think as long as I know myself is not going to romance the druid, I'm not going to have to deal with that one scene. So I think it's going to be okay. So I do want to try it. But so that comes out on PS5 September 6th. Right now, I think it's only on PC.
I think it's only on PC right now.
Yeah. The other game that's coming out, it says Starfield pre-order next to it, but it's Starfield for PC and XSX. Don't know what that is, to be completely honest with you. But it's coming out for PC. I know that...
It's coming out in September?
Yeah. Wow. September 6th.
I don't know why. In my brain, I thought it was November.
Well, it says Starfield pre-order, so I'm wondering if it's only people who pre-ordered the game, but that wouldn't also make any sense to me. Because I feel like they don't normally do that. Like, Bethesda normally doesn't do that. So, I think it's just...
Or is that when pre-order opens?
I have no idea.
Is pre-order open right now?
No idea.
Keep going.
I'm really excited. I have to get an external storage or have Sam come over and try to put in another storage unit into my PC because I'm nervous about it, just so that I can play it because I want to play it. And it's only going to be on PC, Xbox, XS, and one other thing. and I don't remember what it is. It might be PlayStation 5. And I don't have an Xbox XS. I only have an Xbox One. So, on September 7th, we have 4 games. For Switch, we have The Dragoness, Command of the Flame.
Update. It's not just pre-order, it's just the game.
I don't know why it says Starfield pre-order next to it then. That's confusing.
I guess it's just probably telling you to pre-order it before it comes out. I don't know.
Maybe.
Anyway, sorry.
No, you're good.
Keep going.
So The Dragoness Command of the Flame for Switch on September 7th. We have also
a name.
Melvor Idol Atlas of Discovery expansion for PC. Rugby 24 for PC, PS5, X. I think that's Xbox XS. Is XSX. I think is what it is.
I don't like that.
No, I don't either.
That's like a tongue twister. Sorry, keep going.
PS4 and then Xbox on September 7th as well. And then the last one on September 7th is Toss for PC, VR, Quest, and PSVR 2. On September 8th, we have Fae Farm for PC and Switch. On September 11th, we have Hauma, a detective noir story. It's Hauma.
Hauma?
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't know if I got that right, but...
Hauma?
Yeah. On September 13th, we have Super Bomberman R2 for PC, PS5, Xbox XS, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. On September 14th, we have Ad Infinitum for PC, PS5, and Xbox XS. And then also on September 14th, we have The Crew Motorfest for PC, PS5, Xbox XS, PS4, and Xbox One. And September 14th as well, we have Heavy Duty Challenge for PC, PS5, and Xbox XS. On September 15th, we have 2 games. We have Baby Shark Sing and Swim Party. for PC, PS5, Xbox XS, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Who's playing Baby Shark Sing and Swim Party on PC?
Hold on. I love how they're like, you know who needs like the outreach? Children with Baby Shark. Therefore, it's on every platform. However, they can't do that with like multi-million-dollar games.
No, but can we just what child is playing this on PC? Like on a gaming PC. I can't.
Baby Shark Man. Do.
Stop. Moving on. The other one we have Batten Kaitos 1 and 2 HD remastered for Switch on September 15th. On September 18th, we have Gloomhaven for Switch. On September 19th, we have Lies of P for PC, PS5, Xbox XS, PS4, and Xbox One. On September 19th as well, we have Mortal Kombat 1 for PC, PS5, Xbox XS, and Switch. On September 20th, we have Men of War 2 for PC. And we also have Party Animals for PC, Xbox XS, and Xbox One. And finally, on September 20th, we have, not finally, but for September 20th, finally, we have Witchfire for PC. On September 21st, we have 3 games. We have Eternights for PC, PS5, and PS4. We also have Hellsweeper VR for PC, VR, and PSVR 2. And we have Payday 3 for PC, PS5, and Xbox XS. On September 22nd, we have Slaps and Beans 2 for PS5, Xbox XS,
there was a 1?
PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Slaps and Beans. Dude, these names, so good.
Listen, but they were so good that they made a second one.
I kind of want to play it, not gonna lie. Just by the name of it, I kind of want to play it. On September 26th, we have quite a few games. We have Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty expansion for PC, PS5, and Xbox XS. Yep. We have Minico's Night Market for PC and Switch. We have My Time at Sandrock for PS5, Xbox XS, and Switch. And then we have Paleo Pines for PC, PS5, Xbox XS, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. And Truck Driver: The American Dream for PS5 and Xbox XS.
You okay?
Do you want to say anything about it? Okay. September 28th, we have 3 games. We have Firefighting Simulator, The Squad for Switch. We have Gothic Classic for Switch. And we have Infinity Strash, Dragon Quest, The Adventure of Dai for PC, PS5, PS4, and Switch. On September 29th, we have 2 games. We have Cocoon for PC, PS5, Xbox XS, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. And we have EA Sports FC 24 for PC, PS5, Xbox XS, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. We have a few to be determined dates for September.
Okay.
We have Asterix and Obelix Heroes for PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. We have Inspector Gadget Mad Time Party for PC, PS5, Xbox XS, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. We have These Doomed Isles for PC. And we have RoboCop Rogue City for PC, PS5, and Xbox XS. Those are all determined for a date in September.
I want to know, like, this might sound like a joke, but it's genuine. Why are simulator games so big nowadays?
I don't know, but so there was after Ewan's affiliate stream.
Okay.
We ended stream and we were talking about something, and I have in my tags at all times pretty much when I'm streaming Stay and Stray Kids to find more Stray Kids fans to hopefully want to watch a stream. But I have those in the tags, and he was saying to me, he's like, oh yeah, somebody else that I follow has that in his tags too. And I was like, what? And it was somebody who was streaming with Julian Solomita, like Jenna Marbles' boyfriend.
Wow.
And like, I mean, I know Julian too because I watched a lot of their videos together and stuff like that. But like somebody who's friends with Julian, he was also, I don't remember his name, and I feel really bad about it because he's also a Stay. But Julian's also a Stay. He reacts to Stray Kids videos. But the guy that had the tag in it, I don't know if you saw like the clips going around when Corpse like started playing Among Us with a bunch of people. He was the guy that was like thirsting over Corpse in like the games that they were playing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, okay. I know what you're talking about. Yep.
So that's who it was, but so yeah.
Funny.
But the reason I brought that up was they were playing the truck driver simulator. Like when after Ewan stream, Ewan raided Julian, and I don't know why, but he raided Julian, and and they were playing the truck driver simulator. It was funny.
Like
they all had like wheels that like they were actually driving the truck.
But like I saw like Bee Simulator, Garden Simulator.
Remember when Goat Simulator was a big thing?
Firefighter Simulator. What?
Remember when Goat Simulator was a giant thing for no reason?
Yep. Washing Simulator.
What was it?
Power washing.
Honestly, I would play it. Power washing? That's so satisfying.
So, that's the only one that I could be like, oh, Okay, why? Come on. It reminds me of those games that you, like, would find randomly on, like, Games to Girls or, like, Girls Go games. Where, like, they were like, okay, now wash the dish, and you have to, like, drag the sponge all across the dish and, like, make it clean.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it reminds me of, and it gives me the same kind of feeling.
You bringing up that website brought me back to our first episode when we were talking about, like, the chat rooms that we used to join, like, in...
Full circle.
Yeah. Where you create, like, your little, like, avatar and join chat rooms, and there were for sure predators in there.
Yeah. Except I need more companies, what have you, to get on the same wave of having avatars again, because I miss it.
Xbox still has an avatar. You can customize it and everything.
I mean,
I just want to point that out. I just needed to say it. Like, they still have it. I can go in and customize
you're not
it.
Wrong, but, like, I need it to be, like, better.
What do you mean?
Like, what was that? I'm not gonna be able to remember it. But, like, there was a site you could make an avatar. It was something similar to Neopets, but, like, not. You could make an avatar, and I'm telling you, you could customize. It had everything. Everything. It'll come to me at some point in time.
Do you remember IMVU?
Yes. Weird site.
Yeah.
Really weird. Very bizarre.
Oh my god.
Very weird.
I remember seeing so many, like... I see ads for it now. It's still a thing. I see ads for it when I'm, like, scrolling on TikTok, and I'm like, how did this survive? Like, please.
I don't understand.
It didn't need to.
Flash died. You are in the same era. Like,
but it didn't need to survive at all. It didn't need to.
It needs to go.
Yeah.
It's not welcome here anymore.
I can't. Dude, that website was definitely just bad for children.
You don't
say.
Don't say. Say it ain't so.
I kind of miss AIM.
Oh, I do.
Is it still a thing? I love how this is not anything to do with video games. I'm so sorry, guys, but this is where my mind is going right now.
Yeah, that's alright. We have time to kill before Ewan decides to grace us with his presence.
It's back. Who's getting it with me?
What's up, gamers? It's your boy.
It's your boy.
Your boy.
I am honored to be here on the AFK Podcast. Thank you for having me, guys.
That was so formal.
That was. I feel a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. But thanks for coming on, Ewan.
Yeah, of course. I'm happy to be here.
You feel what, Ewan?
Oh.
I feel like so honored.
Why?
Because it's like, it's so profesh. It's a podcast.
Yeah.
Long form content.
So is streaming, and you stream.
That's true. That's true.
Ooh, shameless plug.
Oh yeah. See, the thing is, Ewan, about this podcast thing is that if you're watching it on YouTube, Ewan's frame has his Twitch name on it. Mine does not. I don't have my Twitch name anywhere on the podcast. Anywhere. Because
why?
Because what'd you say, Chelsea?
I said shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug.
I was just kind of like lowly chanting it.
What? Shameless plug for Ewan, because Savagekoala007 is on his frame. So, because I don't use my Twitch frame for this.
Go give him a follow.
Go give him a follow.
No.
Go give him a follow.
follow.
So we're gonna do a little history lesson on Pokemon.
Oh no.
You ready?
No.
What do you mean?
What do you
I'm
mean,
gonna get
no?
all the. Okay, go. I'm ready. Is this like trivia? Am I gonna
No,
be asked?
No,
it's a
Oh,
you're
podcast.
just gonna talk about it with us.
Okay, yeah, fair. Sorry.
Do you want me to
I
send you the
thought
website?
you were gonna be like, Ewan's here. Okay, Pokemon trivia time.
And you're like, oh god.
Can you see the chat, Ewan?
I don't really know how to use Discord. Hang on.
It's the same
Yes,
way that
I
we
see
get
it.
the code
see
for
it.
That's
Faz.
what I'm going off of. Can you
Okay.
see it?
Is
Yeah,
it like
I've got
the
it.
wiki?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Bulbapedia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Do you want
That's
us?
where I'm getting my information.
That's where I'm also
Just so
getting
you
mine.
all know where we're coming from here.
Yeah.
So no one gets a little too lost. So yeah, alright. Let's dive into some Pokemon. First and foremost, what's your favorite Pokemon?
Ooh.
I
I don't want to go first.
have two.
Okay,
Can I
fair.
wait? Can we guess yours?
Sure. I think I've told you mine before.
Okay.
I know one.
Absol.
Absol
That's
is
the one
yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
The other
Absol.
one I don't know.
It's gotta be some like little emo boy Pokemon. It's gotta be like I don't know. What's the dark version of Eevee? The dark evolution? Like the psychic one?
I do love Eevee.
Okay,
And I
you
also
need to-
love Vulpix, but
Okay,
neither
you
of
want
them are.
Art, or do you want Psychic?
Both. What are they?
I know one of them's Umbreon, the other one's Espeon?
Oh no, you give Umbreon vibes.
No. I do love Eevee and I do love Vulpix so much. But there's another Pokemon that has like a deep like spot in my heart because I used him. He was like a main Pokemon that I used going through like 2 of the games.
He's a starter.
It's not a starter, actually. Like I got him pretty early on, and then I kept him, and I got rid of my starter, and I used him.
Can we know the type?
I'm pretty sure he's a fighting type. Yeah, he's a fighting type.
I love me some fighting type.
Hitmonchan.
No,
Mankey?
nope. Do you want both types?
What?
Sure, yeah.
Fighting
Yeah.
and steel.
I'm not good at this game. Can you tell?
Do you want his color
can't-
scheme?
Sure.
Yeah.
Black, blue, and yellow.
The frick?
Not Macross.
Do you want the letter it starts with?
Oh, Lucario.
Yeah, it's Lucario.
Yes.
I did know that.
I love Lucario.
Cool, dude.
I love Lucario.
I
Yeah,
keep
Lucario's
forgetting
good.
he's steel.
Mm-hmm. Love him so much. Okay, Chelsea, do you want to go or do you want us to try? I don't know. I don't think you've ever told me.
I have a lot.
Do you want to just...
I'm pretty
Just
sure
say
I
them.
have one per gen.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's psychotic. It's fine. I really love Esper because Esper looks like it's having an existential crisis constantly.
Me.
And I love Psyduck because he always has a headache.
Hmm.
Oh, Psyduck.
Also a fan of Cubone and Sandshrew.
Nice.
I just want to hug him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go
That's
ahead,
fair.
Ewan.
All right.
He's like, I didn't
I've got-
want this to happen.
My all-time favorite. I've got a couple, but my all-time favorite is Krogunk.
Okay.
I just think Krogunk's so cool. Not Toxicroak, just Krogunk.
Okay.
Like I will purposefully
Differentiation.
never let my Krogunk evolve when I play.
That's cute.
Oh my god.
I love that.
Like starts to evolve. I like let him go for a couple seconds, like the dun 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 dun, and then
But don't tease him.
yeah, I do it.
Don't tease him.
Yeah, I do it.
That's so
Why?
rude.
That's so mean.
That's so rude.
Toxicroak, I'm doing him a favor by not letting him evolve into Toxicroak.
You're doing him a
Krogunk is
favor?
goated. Yeah. And then Krogunk, and then another one that was always one of my favorites, even though he's not like statistically that great of a Pokemon, is Growlithe.
I love Growlithe.
Just love Growlithe. And then
I also love Growlithe.
my third would have to be Pikachu because he's just classic.
When I was a kid, my favorite Pokemon was Gyarados.
That's a good one too.
And then in Vulpix, and then it changed.
When you could, what was it?
To Absol.
Which
Lucario.
game was it where you go to the lake and get the red Gyarados?
Was that
No.
Pokemon Yellow?
I think it was like in the Emerald era.
Was it?
I think.
I'm looking it up.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? It might be Gold and Silver.
Red Gyarados.
Yeah, but I remember like getting the
Gold,
red Gyarados.
Silver, Crystal, Heart Gold, and Soul Silver.
That's right.
Yup.
Lake of Rage.
Didn't play any of those.
Neither did I.
That
Oh,
was
no,
fun.
I did. I played Gold.
Yeah.
Nope. Sadly.
I've played one from every gen. But after Gen 1, I cannot memorize every single Pokemon's name.
Yeah.
I picked up at Gen 3.
Such a good gen. Such a good gen.
Easily my favorite gen. Sorry.
So good. Yeah, that's probably my favorite too.
Right? Like, come on. But not the point. No, those are some good picks. Good picks. Good picks.
Yeah. You want to start on with the beginning of the Pokemon universe?
Wow.
Yeah. Do you guys want to go through gens? Do you want to go prehistory? What do you want to do?
I feel like we should do, like the blurb that's before the prehistory. It just says Pokemon, beginning of the Pokemon universe. I feel like reading some of that is important. Because it's like the start of the Pokemon world.
Right, I agree.
Oh, look at these like hieroglyphics on the right.
Right?
I know.
Okay, wait. So in like chronological order of games, Arceus is first, right?
I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So, do you want me to just start reading it?
Yeah. Go on.
If you'd like to take the honors, sure.
Okay. So this blurb that is on the website is specifically the mythology of both Hoenn and Sinnoh region. So, in a vortex of complete chaos and nothingness, a single egg comes into being, which then hatches into Arceus, the first being in existence. Arceus then creates time, space, and antimatter. Giratina? Is that how you pronounce it? Giratina as the bringing of the mic closer.
You got it.
Giratina, as punishment for its destructive nature, is sent by Arceus to live in the distortion world. Dialga and Palkia. Did I not pronounce that right, Ewan?
Dialga.
Dialga.
Yeah,
You got it.
though.
Okay. Dialga and Palkia then succeed in creating the universe and Pokemon world and retreat into their own dimensions afterwards, with a point of access being at the ancient spear pillar in Sinnoh. Do you have anything to say about it?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know a lot of this stuff because I haven't played Arceus.
Oh, you
I
haven't?
haven't played Arceus. No.
Are you going to?
Yeah. Okay, wait. I'm gonna go on a little side trail. So, my thing is, I played a lot of Violet. I haven't beaten the game because I put it down for a while. Because I don't think they've nailed open world yet for Pokemon. I think they're kind of playing around with it, and it just doesn't feel right yet. So, like, I could play a regular formatted Pokemon game, like any of the older ones. I could play, like, 10 times over and not get bored. But Violet didn't feel... It just wasn't doing it for me. I was like... I think the original thing, like when I first played it, I was like, this is incredible. This is amazing. But it just, like... I don't know. It didn't flow like a normal Pokemon game does.
I'll admit, I think Arceus, it's not perfect, but it does a much better job than like Violet. Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah. I'll have to play it.
The one thing
I really think you're gonna have to.
The one thing I can't get over is how long the training is. And the tutorial
bit,
is.
Like, it makes sense because it's a very different style of Pokemon game.
You and I was an hour in and I wasn't past the tutorial. And so I put it down because I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
My issue was the tutorial took me like a long time because I kept getting sidetracked.
Yeah. I didn't even get sidetracked. It was an hour of pure tutorial. And I still wasn't done with it.
I feel like I'm more of the player where I'm like, let me beat the whole game and I'll go back and do stuff. So one thing I hate too about like Violet is it felt like a lot of times I was like forced into these side quests.
Yeah.
And I'm like, please let me finish the story. I will come back and do this. Just let me finish the story.
I need to know what's going.
Yeah.
Is that why you don't like Genshin? Because you want to just keep doing the story without having to adventure and do everything first?
Maybe that's like subconsciously part of it.
Subconsciously you're like, no.
Yeah. I haven't like straight up thought that while playing Genshin. I haven't been like, oh, I just want to do the story. But maybe that's like my brain kind of like loses interest when there's so much going on.
Well, yeah, because like it's so open world and stuff, and so it's like your mind just wants to finish the storyline.
Yeah, and my brain's like objective based. I have to beat the story, and I will go back and
you like it's not even like your brain is just like step one. Beat the story.
Yeah. Honestly, Pokemon probably did that to me for all other games because I'm so used to it being number 1, beat the storyline. Number 2, complete the Pokédex. Number 3, do everything else.
I like how that list is 3 things long and you said it as if it's the easiest thing in the world. You're like, 1, beat the game. 2, finish the Pokédex. 3, do everything else.
Exactly.
But like,
I'll be done before noon.
At the for the older Pokemon games, what else is there to do other than to beat it and to fill the Pokédex?
For the way older ones, there's now, but in the newer ones, they have like they'll drop like the DLCs and stuff. And stuff like that.
I was like thinking like Pokemon Red, and I was like, what else is there to do?
That was like you beat the game and then like cry because it's over.
Yeah.
Then it becomes how many times can I beat the final 4 with different Pokemon parties, and I'll just do it over and over.
Do you always default back to that one Pokemon that just wipes the team anyway? And that one just stays in every team?
It's almost always the legendary too.
Okay, wait. Can we talk about that really quick?
Go ahead.
When you guys play Pokemon, do you just go ham with one Pokemon, or do you try and create a balanced party?
Oh no, are you kidding me? Lucario was so OP when I played. Lucario was so OP.
Because I think I had a habit when I was younger, was whatever starter I picked, that was going to be the best Pokemon.
Oh, I almost never did that.
It got to the point where my starter was like 20 levels higher than the rest of my party, and the rest of my party I would just sub in so I could heal my starter, and then they would just die, and I'd be like, whatever.
What sacrifices?
Yeah. That's seriously what it was.
I tried really hard when I was younger to just like have an even Like, I had to get every Pokemon I had up to a certain level before I got to another level cap.
Yeah.
It didn't work because EXP share was not a thing back then.
Yeah.
Now it's a thing.
Yeah, that was tough.
And wow, does it work wonders.
Yeah, I think now I kind of force myself to be like, before I move on to the next part of the story, I'm going to get all my Pokemon to a certain level.
Like, I want certain ones to evolve and whatnot, you know?
Yeah.
Have that whole thing. I'm not just gonna, like, go and find, like, the next evolution in line in, like, the wild and catch it and then, like, discard my buddy in the back, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, and if you do that, you run the risk of, like, getting worse moves.
But, yeah.
It's like, and the stats are usually worse. Like, yeah.
True. There's so many things. Just keep your Pokemon and run with them.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. That was a little rabbit trail.
No.
You kidding me?
We do this all the time.
We went on a rant.
It's
not
literally
a
a podcast.
It's literally a podcast. And
literally a podcast.
Before you got here, went on a tangent about AIM, so... Not even a video game.
Next episode, you're just going to see both of us wearing a shirt that says it's literally a podcast.
True. Merch. Okay, next is so Arceus then creates Uxie.
Yep.
Mesprit.
You got it.
And Azelf.
Yeah, you know, good job.
I tried so hard.
I get half of them wrong. So.
Giving knowledge, emotion, and willpower to all living things that come into existence in the Pokemon world. The three dive into caves at the bottom of Lake Verity, Lake Valor, and Lake...
Acuity,
thank you. In Sinnoh, giving them the name Lake Guardians. God, I can't. What is that name?
I don't even know if I said it right. I just took a guess.
Kyogre?
You got it.
Kyogre.
Kyogre?
When I play the game, I usually say Kyogre.
Kyogre.
No.
I'm gonna say it now.
Kyogre.
Kyogre.
I love it.
It's formed by the pressure in the deep trenches. Groudon is formed deep inside the earth, likely from hardened magma in earth. And Rayquaza is formed by the minerals of the ozone layer. Rayquaza proceeds to fly around in the ozone layer, occasionally coming to rest at Sky Pillar.
Like, the legendaries are like, like, blah, 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 from time, la, 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 from space. There's 3 spirits that live in the lake and stuff. And there's Kyogre and Groudon that are like, I hate you. I hate you too. It's like, what's your name? Ezekiel. Screw you, Ezekiel. Like, they're the meme.
Yeah. Kyogre, and I couldn't figure it out again. And Groudon then proceed to fill the sea and create land, respectively. A chance meeting turns the two into rivals, and a conflict for dominance over Pokemon World begins. This battle continues until Rayquaza quells it, and causing Kyogre and Groudon to retreat to special caverns where they rest until the events of Generation 3 many years later. The red and blue orbs are created to prevent the reawakening of Kyogre and Groudon and are left at Mount Pyre? Pyre.
That's the one.
Pyre?
Pyre.
I love the Pyre? Pyre.
Kyogre and Mount Pure.
For safekeeping at this time, you may have been plentiful and lived in large numbers. Oh, Mew. I love Mew. Yeah. Land masses such as Mount Coronet are created, and Oh God! Somebody else.
Regigigas?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Moves the continents, forming the regions, and create the three titans, Regirock, Regice, and Registeel, out of clay, ice, and magma, respectively. I don't like the fact that you guys are cheering me on as I'm getting things correct over here.
I think it's just because I'm hyped, because I'm like, yeah, they did. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they did.
No, Ewan is like being like, correct, good. The Sinnoh region is created around Mount Coronet during this violent procedure. Oh God. Stark Mountain is created due to the shifts in the crust of the world. And Hietron is formed in a pool of lava. Arceus creates the adamant, lustrous, and Grisius orbs Grecious orbs before falling into a deep slumber.
Good job.
Wow.
The names.
The names kind of suck.
No, they're great. I don't know what you're talking.
I mean, no, they're great, but they're hard to pronounce.
Yeah.
Pronunciation, awful. But,
yeah.
All right. That was our little prehistory?
Yeah. Prehistory. Yeah. I'm sorry
like
for
the
all of
the universe.
I'm sorry for the laughing and the mispronunciations to everyone listening.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. This isn't a serious podcast. We're fine.
This is literally
a podcast.
Stop. Alright.
Hey.
Where do we go from here, Chelsea?
Go into some prehistory. I can take this one. You guys ready?
Please.
Yeah.
Okay. Olivia's done. But it's fine. Cool. So, this information is based primarily on the study of fossils. Cool. Great. Gen 1, 1,000,000 years before. Gen 1. The earliest known prehistoric Pokemon existed at this time. It's possible that Mew's population may have decreased at this stage as they slowly gave way to other Pokemon species. So it seems like Mew kind of started it all.
That's depressing, though. Because the Mew population... what?
Population.
I had one White Claw 2 hours ago.
Hey, White Claw or not, words are hard.
True.
Okay, continue.
500 million years ago, Anorith is stated to have existed in primordial seas, with its 8 legs at some point developing into its known 8 wings. 300 million years ago, an ancient version of Genesect was born. Kabuto and Kabutops lived in the sea. I'm telling you right now, if I was ever at sea and saw Kabuto or Kabutops, I would cease to exist.
Why?
I don't think I've ever seen them.
You definitely have seen of Kabuto.
You have.
Let me look at this. Oh, yeah.
Kabuto would probably be a little bit easier, but Kabutops?
Oh, no, I just lost the whole page. Oh, Frank. Give me a second.
Oh, my God.
Alright, history of Pokemon. What's Kabutops look like? Oh, okay, yeah. Yep.
Terrifying.
Very scary.
I'll put pictures of them on the screen.
Thank you. So, continuing on with the Genesect little comment. Team Plasma later used Genesect's DNA to create an infinitely stronger version of it with cybernetic technology. Screw Team Plasma. And gang, I don't know. An unspecified hundreds of millions of years ago. Unspecified, they don't know. Carbing begins its undisturbed underground sleep after its birth. I wish I had undisturbed underground sleep.
So cute.
It was born from deep underground temperatures and pressures, and it's great. 100 million years ago, species such as Aerodactyl, Lileep, Cranidos, Shieldon, Tortuga, Archon, Tyrantrum, and Amora were supposedly widespread. So that's where all your dinosaur bad boys come from. You know what I mean?
Real how you spell Tortuga?
What?
That's not how you spell actual Tortuga, but...
Well, no, that's not.
That's wild.
But
he's so
Tortuga's
cute.
great. I love Tortuga.
I love Aerodactyl.
Love Aerodactyl.
He's OP.
Also a good one.
Is Aerodactyl one of the only, like, flying rock types? Am I crazy?
Geodude?
He's not flying, though.
So he might levitate, but he does not fly.
He levitates.
You can't teach your Geodude
Also-
to fly and go around the map. He's
You could try.
I have to send you guys this TikTok that I saw of like a Pokemon parade in some place where like people dressed up as like in Pokemon mascot outfits, except there was someone dressed up in the Geodude costume, but they had legs, and the legs were like the you know when you cut the background out of like a JPEG and it's like checkered?
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's what it was.
I get it.
They just
That's
had
good,
legs
though.
that looked like that. It was the funniest. Ooh, oh
It's
my
transparent.
god.
It was transparent.
I'll find it.
It had no legs.
But
Anyway, I'll put it in the podcast.
yeah, so funny. I will find it. I like laughed for a good 5 minutes.
That's good.
I hate Geodude. Geodude's the worst.
Oh, I don't care. I was joking.
You know you're walking into a cave and you're running into a
Zubat.
Geodude every 5 seconds.
No, Zubat's worse.
Oh my gosh, Zubat.
Zubat. Geodude? Okay, Zubat.
Oh my
Oh,
Zubat's worse.
So bad. So bad.
Okay.
They all were. Nope. They all ultimately went extinct. There we go. But not before Archon gave rise to bird Pokemon and Tortuga gave rise to turtle Pokemon. How many turtle Pokemon are there? Not the point.
Quite a few.
Apparently. A fossil is found millions of years later in Hoenn and revived scientifically by the Devon Corporation. Some weird fun facts. Shelder is known to be the prey of Amistar, which kind of makes me upset that they eat one another. I don't know why in my mind Pokemon don't eat one another, and it's a very peaceful
It's a circle of life.
That's not how it works.
Circle of life.
I get it, but like my brain's like, nah, can't be real. Yeah. Caracosta and Archeops, preyed on Ammonite. Only Caracosta is known to have eaten Amistar. Still really upset by that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like a little
It's a circle of life.
spooky.
It hurts a little bit.
Circle of life, be damned.
Circle of life.
Well, the thing is, you can't even say, like, you can't even pretend, like, oh, they're all herbivores, because, like, what are they eating? Like, they're running around eating odyshes?
True.
I understand. Pokemon don't make sense, right? Yeah, got that.
What Pokemon would attack a human and try to eat a human?
All of them, I'm sure.
Aerodactyl.
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
Ash gets his butt whooped many times.
So, like, if you have these Pokemon that are, like, legendary Pokemon, why don't they just absolutely destroy everything?
Because that would make for a really bad TV show.
That's true, yeah.
It's true.
The game wouldn't last very long.
Peace.
Like, I honestly, you would turn the game on, pick one, like, wrong answer, and it would end.
Done.
Well, I feel like the legendaries are kind of there to keep balance, if it makes sense.
Yeah. I think we should get a Pokemon game that's called Pokemon to the Death. And
GTA Pokemon.
Yeah. And we just kind of let all the Pokemon run rampant. You know?
Let what run rampant?
All the Pokemon.
Oh.
And just see what happens. It's like a Pokemon sandbox.
Yeah, you
Dude,
take a corner
if
and
Pokemon, if Pokemon existed, I'd be terrified.
No, it'd be awesome. Okay, wait. The Detective Pikachu movie. Who saw it?
No.
I'm not okay with that.
Okay.
First off, I'm just starting with saying I am uncomfortable. Keep going.
Okay, what makes you uncomfortable is that Pikachu talks. He speaks English.
No, what makes me uncomfortable is the way that Pikachu looks.
The animation
Really?
of them, probably. Yeah.
Oh, the animation? Oh, okay. No, the animation's fine.
Because
No,
The
the
thing I
no,
love-
the live action, but like the way
Oh,
the
okay,
CGI
okay.
of them.
I thought you meant like the little animation blurb that they made where they were like, "Oh, this is what it should have looked like," instead of like the weird hairy thing that they made.
No.
I loved that. Yeah, because I was like,
I mean,
Do
he
you
has a
also
rat.
like Sonic the Hedgehog?
no. But this is like, if Pokemon did exist in the real world, I felt like that's an accurate representation of what they would be like.
Yes. And I would cease to exist.
Really?
I would cease to exist.
Some of them were still so cute, though.
Yeah, but the ones that aren't,
Yeah, they were scary. But that's why you like,
you're gonna look at me and you're gonna tell me that when you walk outside one day and you just see a muck sitting there waiting to screw your
I
day
don't want to talk
up,
about that.
you're gonna
I'm
be
not gonna look at you and tell you that, but I'll tell you that. I thought it was
guys. So this
awesome.
concludes the podcast.
I want to point out that I think it was it Saturday. Ewan looked at me. He's like, "Yeah, how long do you think it's gonna be until like you guys are sick of me on the podcast?" And I was like, "I'll be fine. It's gonna be Chelsea."
Yeah. Yes.
But also, they're making another Detective Pikachu game for the Switch.
I already hate it. Boycott it. Ban it.
I can't get around Pikachu speaking English. I can't get around
You need him to be Pika Pika.
Yeah, I need him to just make his little noises. He can't speak English.
Okay. All right. I thought you were gonna like say something like, "I need him to speak like Chinese or Japanese," and I was like,
No. He just needs to.
"Hold on. There's a bunch of stuff we need to unbag here."
Pikachu just needs to say Pika Pika, and Ash understands it.
Makes
That's what
so
has to
much
happen.
more sense.
Yeah. There has to be a connection between Pokemon and the trainers that's the same as like you know what your dog is saying without them actually speaking. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do the Pikachu like sounding like a grown man. Like it's just strange. Like
No, that's fair.
It's freaking Ryan Reynolds. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Sorry. Oh, that was funny.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Yeah. But I think that's the next Pikachu, or not Pikachu. That's the next Pokemon game coming out.
That's the next Pikachu.
That's the next Pikachu. He speaks English. No, that is the
Stop.
next.
What's
Pokemon
new,
game.
Pikachu? You. It's you.
My thing is, what do they go to now after Scarlet and Violet? They either have to do remakes of old games, or they have to keep doing open world, right?
And Violet getting another new
Are they doing
expansion?
like Deep Violet and like?
No. Is it Scarlet and Violet or is it? Nope. No, it's Scarlet and Violet. Okay, I'm just going
Because
insane.
I heard they were gonna keep doing remakes because the Diamond and Pearl remakes were really good, and people really liked those.
I need
What?
like more remakes. Just specifically because
You took a long time to say that.
That you could make in not Four Tree City. There was one around, I think it was 3rd gen. I can't remember completely. Was it Leaf Green or was it like Ruby Red? One of them. You could make forts. You could collect stuffed animals. It was the best.
Fortnite? Sorry.
Yeah, I do that in Fortnite.
All right, moving on.
I'm cracked out
Okay,
right now, and I don't know.
But I heard the next remake that they're dropping is they're doing a remake of another remake of Gold and Silver, because they did Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but that was on the game, or that was on the DS like a long time ago. That was the first video game I ever bought with my own money, was the Heart Gold remake with the Pokemon.
I don't know, dude.
Walker.
Why would you do a remake of a remake?
Because it's that good of a Pokemon game. And the fact that we haven't gotten remakes since DS, like DS at this point looks like, it looks like an old Pokemon game now. Like,
you're not wrong.
And the thing is, I think the other one they were saying they would consider doing a remake for is Black and White, which also was a DS game. Which I think that was the first Pokemon
Black
game
and
Sam ever
White.
played.
Black and White was so good.
Yeah. So I'd be happy with either, but for nostalgic purposes, I really want a Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Sense. I understand the nostalgia. I love Black and White is like my second favorite.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, cool. Where was I? Relicanth is said to have remained unchanged for over 100 million years. Buddy, why?
Just taking his time.
Okay. A million years ago, the Greater Crater... Oh, no, not Greater Crater. The Great Crater, I really wanted to rhyme, sorry, of Paldea is created.
The Greater Crater.
Greater Crater. 20,000 years ago, a meteorite containing Eternatus fell in the Galar region, and the first clay doll was brought to life from a clay doll.
Wow, really inventive there.
Yeah, really.
Not a fan of Eternatus.
You're not?
Understood.
Wanted to throw that out.
I get it. And, like...
I thought it was poorly designed legendary.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
10,000 years ago, during the last ice age, the mammoth swine population flourished, then decreased when the ice age ended. Kind of makes sense.
And that's where we get the movie Ice Age. It's actually based in the Pokemon world. Anyway, continue.
Plot twist.
Manny the Mammoth Swine.
The oldest known mural depictions of Cyclozar being ridden by humans.
Ridden.
It didn't work. This is also after I'm running on
You're fine.
4 hours of sleep, and I've been up since 5 a.m. It's
Oh
great.
no.
Also didn't like that about Violet.
Wasn't
Pokemon
my favorite either.
My Pokemon is also a Harley. Like, it was just lame. It was so lame. I don't want my Pokemon to be a vehicle. I want to teach it fly, and I want to ride that way.
The only one that I can get behind having, like, some kind of weird, like...
Ponyta?
What?
Oh, I want to ride Bonita.
No, I was gonna say Rotom.
Oh. I immediately thought Rapidash and Ponyta.
Yeah, but why can't you just,
I meant, like...
ride on select Pokemons? Like, if I could ride on an Arcanine and just, like, have this massive lion tiger that I could ride, that'd be sweet.
It's a dog.
But instead, I'm, like, revving the engine on my Pokemon. I'm holding on to handlebars.
Stop
on this
right
Pokemon.
Now.
Like, next is gonna be, you'll have the option of raised handlebars. You'll be sitting on your Pokemon. Like this. It's got like a built-in Bluetooth speaker.
Stop it!
I just want my Pokemon to be Pokemon. I don't want them to be motorcycles.
Stop! I can't.
And it's barely a motorcycle. It's basically a moped. It's not even a Harley. It's a moped.
it's not even a motorcycle. I still have to feed it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, not my favorite. Cyclozar wasn't it. Sorry.
Yeah.
If that offends anyone. I don't think it will. But
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Now we're going to a real good Pokemon here.
Yeah. No, I just read that and now I'm like, oh.
At some point in the distant past, the Magikarp population mutates due to unknown reasons and becomes weaker.
Good.
I love how they can't explain it. They're just like,
Magikarp just can only use Splash and that's it.
Yeah, it's so good.
They try their best.
They do try their best. I love them, but
I love them too. Wow. Underrated.
Take so many pictures of them in Pokemon Snap. I love them.
Pokemon are taking pictures.
I forgot about Pokemon Snap until
I love them.
You literally said that. And some point after the Iron Age, Regigigas is sealed away at the Snow Point Temple, and Regirock, Regi-Ice, and Registeel are sealed away at various points across the Hoenn region after years of human worship. That's weird. You worship them and then they go away? Or do you put them away?
Makes
Long
sense.
story. 5,000 years ago, Go-Go is domesticated and humans begin using them for transport. Not
as a motorcycle. Even though the antlers kind of look like high bars.
Yeah.
Okay,
continue. Sorry. I'll shut up.
3,000 years before Generation, what was that, 5?
Yeah.
The relic items are created. 3,000 years before Generation 6, the Callous War occurred. The ultimate weapon was created underneath Geosenge Town, and AZ was given eternal life. 3,000 years before Generation 5, 6, 7, 8. I had to count, sorry. A black storm called the Darkest Day occurred and was stopped by Zacian and Zamazenta.
Oh. Sorry, I looked up a picture of them.
Melmetal is worshipped by ancient humans for its ability to create metal from nothing. It's just a little blorpy boy. I like him. 2,500 years before Generation 5. The Relic Castle is built. The Dragon's Spiral Tower is known as Unova's oldest structure through its age, though its age is unstated. Reading is hard. 2,000 years before Generation 5, Conkeldurr, what a cute guy, is said to have taught humans how to make concrete using centrifugal force.
Okay.
What are you giggling at?
No.
Yeah, what are you giggling at?
It was Chelsea saying and then saying the word.
I looked at it and I was like, like my mouth just went blur, 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 halfway through it.
Oh boy.
Good.
It is. Let's see. 2,000 years before Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, Hoenn is plagued by meteor showers. Wow, weird. A meteor turns the home place of the Draconid people into Meteor Falls. You look like you're gonna pass out, Olivia.
It was you saying, "Wow, weird." That got me.
A little side commentary. Wait, so do you think Pokemon, like the creators of Pokemon, had this timeline already sorted out? Or are they just flipping things in and out?
They just added things as they created more games.
They're just bobbing and weaving in the timeline.
Yeah.
They were probably just like, they let other people figure out the timeline, and they're like, oh yeah, that's canon. Absolutely right.
You think though?
No, they definitely didn't make it at the beginning.
Yeah, but you don't think they tried to like squeeze stuff in slots?
Oh yeah, I think they definitely did. Like you see it in the storyline of the games, but like I don't think they had like a set timeline of what they wanted from these games. Because I doubt they thought it was going to be as big of a hit as it was.
Yeah.
So I think they added to the lore as they created more games, and that's why we have like such like a jumbled up like timeline.
Yeah, I like that they had to make a note of there was a point in history where Magikarp became weaker.
That's so good for me though.
Like they weren't always that weak. Like what if they were
the
like,
OP Pokemon? They were like,
what if they were goaded?
Magikarp is going to be the new mythic.
They're
Yeah.
Mew.
Yeah, and then it was just like, oh, sorry, now they're weak. Now just splash.
Oh.
Now just splash.
Magikarp discovered
I want a
how to
Magikarp.
splash, and that's all they wanted to do.
I want a Magikarp as a pet. They're so cute.
Or like,
You can literally go to Petco and get one.
Shut up.
Oh, man.
man.
In fact, I think most fish from Petco do more than a Magikarp.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on. The world overflowed with natural energy, which Groudon and Kyogre in their primal forms fought over.
Okay.
Fight over natural energy. Not the point. They ravaged the earth and were only calmed by Quasar after the Draconid people summoned it using a wish on a meteor at Meteor Falls. The people of Hoenn begin to revere Rayquaza as a savior. You go, buddy.
I love Rayquaza.
I do too. 2,000 years ago, or 2,000 years before Generation 9, the Paldean Empire began to rule Paldea. The Emperor of Paldea ushers in the Great Age of Exploration by sending expeditions into the Greater Crater of Paldea.
Needed that.
You're welcome. To find the treasure rumored to lie inside. 1,500 years before Generation 1. We're jumping all around. The earliest known system for writing is developed and used at the ruins of Alph, Tenobi ruins, and Salacion ruins. Archaeologists are currently unsure whether the nearly identical unknown preceded or succeeded the writing system, but it is assumed they share some sort of connection. And the far-fetched population decreases due to overhunting.
I read that ahead of time. That's why I started frowning.
I love how they're like, unknown. Are they the cause of writing? Did they just appear because of writing? Oh yeah, far-fetched. Leave them alone.
Did you just hear Ewan?
No.
He hates Farfetch'd.
Why?
Farfetch'd.
He's so cute.
Why?
I love him with his little leak.
No, that's what I hate about him.
He's so cute.
They were designing Farfetch'd and they drew like a standard bird and they were like,
he's adorable.
We gotta give him something to hold to make him different. So they gave him like a little leak.
He's adorable.
I feel like that's how they design most Pokemon, yeah.
Also, does the leak detach from his body or is it part of him?
You can take it away from him, but I wouldn't.
Strange. It's just strange.
He's so good.
He is very good.
Love him.
Okay. Well, Ewan's weird. Where was I? Oh, we knew this. 1 to 2,000 years before Pokemon Legends Arceus. 1,300 to 2,300 years before Generation 4. An ancient society called the Celestica people lived in the Sinnoh region. They worshipped Arceus and built many structures, which can still be found as ruins in the region in modern times, such as Salacion Ruins, Snow Point Temple, and Spear Pillar. Even though those were mentioned prior. Interesting. 1,000 years before Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, 1,000 years after the events at Meteor Falls, a meteor struck Hoenn, creating Zotopolis City, Groudon and Kyogre reawakened to fight over the wellspring of primal energy which came from it. These two really like to fight. The people of Hoenn wished on Rayquaza to save them, and using the meteor, Rayquaza performed the world's first Mega Evolution. Hey, you go, bud. And calmed the two.
Did
Sky
this happen
Pillar...
in the game?
I don't think so. I think this is still prehistory.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Although it would be really cool to see.
That sounds like a sick storyline.
Right? Someone turned this into a cartoon.
Yeah.
Sky Pillar was built in Rayquaza's honor, and the Draconid people promised to pass down the prophecy that in 1,000 years the meteor would return, causing the events of the Delta episode. We're still going.
I've had one of those before.
A Delta episode.
Delta episode, yeah. They're no joke.
Look at Chelsea, she's so done.
I feel like I'm having one right now. 805 years before Generation 9, Naranja Academy and Uva Academy is founded in Mesagoza. 800 years before X and Y, Xerneas released life energy through the Kalos region and fled to a forest, where it went to sleep in the form of a tree. That also sounds so peaceful.
Love. I love.
Right? Eveltal.
It's the one.
Yep.
Same. Yveltal absorbed life energy throughout the Kalos region and fled to the mountains, where it went to sleep in the form of a cocoon.
Did you pick X?
I don't know.
or
One
Y?
of those sounds really
X.
lame. The other one's a tree. You can
You
figure it
picked
out.
X. That's
What
why I
about
was
you,
saying
Chelsea?
love.
I played
Right.
Y.
Thus ended my...
Chelsea did
reign
not
of-
answer your question.
I'm sorry, what?
Did you play X or Y?
Did I play... No,
Neither. Wow. That was a
I
good
did
one.
not.
It was a real good one.
I missed out on X. I went from Black and White / Black and White 2 to Sun and Moon.
Gotcha. I never played Sun and Moon.
Neither did I.
Okay, it wasn't bad.
Have you guys seen Pokemon Home?
No.
Home?
Home, yeah, like house,
No.
like home. It's so on the Switch, you can. Why are you laughing at me? On the Switch, you can download Pokemon Home. It's free, and what it lets you do is basically use your Pokemon Home app as a PC, like in the game. Like, you know how you'd access someone's PC, and why was it someone's PC? But you can open home and transfer Pokemon like from all of the new games.
Fun.
Yeah. Which also,
That's wild.
calling out Nintendo, drop the original games on the Switch.
Please.
Just drop them in original format. They don't have to be on the...
Yeah, they don't need to be remastered.
Nope, they don't have to be on the Nintendo Online thing where you can play the emulators. Just drop them in the store. I'll buy them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want it, just to, the old school. Oh,
Yeah. It would take...
That'd be
It would
nice.
literally take nothing for them to do.
and imagine the revenue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We need it.
Need it. So good. Great idea. First off. All right. You want to take this one since it's the last section?
You want to read
Sure.
recent history?
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready for his
this-
pronunciations of words.
All right.
Hey, listen, I'm
Really quick, this information is based on historic records.
I thought you were going to hold it the entire time, and I was really concerned.
All right, hundreds
I
of
do
years
sometimes, it's okay.
before Gen 2. The Sinnoh ruins are built by two groups of people from Sinnoh and Johto's ruins of Alf. The site's architecture expresses a fusion of the two groups' ideas and mythology. Hundreds of years before Gen 4, Pokeballs are invented. Let's give it up for Pokeballs.
Yeah.
The Diamond Clan and Pearl Clan lived in the Hisui region. They share a deity called Almighty Sinnoh, but argue whether it created space or created time. The Galaxy Expedition team, comprised of people from many regions, arrived in Hisui to explore the land, document the Pokemon, and settle the region. The events of Pokemon Legends Arceus occur. 700 years before Gen 2, Bell Tower and Brass Tower are constructed in Ecruteak City, and Lugia and Ho-Oh perch at their tops. I remember Bell Tower because I played Heart Gold. 500 years before Gen 2, the Cianwood City Pharmacy is built. Cool. 500 years before Gen 4, a Spiritomb is bound to a fissure in an odd keystone as punishment for misdeeds. I like how they just went
vague,
telling us about a pharmacy that was built to like a Pokemon that was bound to a fissure as punishment for misdeeds.
Like, no, this is important history.
Yeah. The Guardian deities. Oh wait, 500 years before Gen
7.
I can't do
7.
Every single time. 7.
The Guardian deities fought against Salgaleo and Lunala.
They look
Magearna is created by a scientist who used the life energy of other Pokemon to create its soul heart and is presented to a king's daughter. 400. Oh frick! Oh my gosh, my page just went wild.
That's so good.
I got like
500, and I was like, there is no Roman numerals here. I can't help.
You know when you get an ad and it's like bigger than the other ad, so it just pushes everything out of the way? That's what it did. Sorry, 400 years before Gen 1, the Pokemon move Toxic is invented. Cool. 400 years before...
Yeah, I guess.
It's a lab-grown move. 400 years before Gen 2, Azalea Town in Johto is struck by long-term drought. After bringing the rain back once again by yawning, Slowpoke gains an honorable position in that town. That was great. That was real good.
I'm gonna cry. He's so cute.
I've got a new respect for Slowpoke.
Love Slowpoke.
Love Slowpoke.
Roly-Poly, 400 years before Gen 8, Roly-Poly is first discovered in a coal mine. 300 years before X and Y, Parfum Palace is built. 200 years before Gen 5, Village Bridge is constructed by a man and his girder after the river flooded the area. The island that would become Liberty Garden is bought by an ultra-rich family, and Victini is hidden in a back room.
Rude.
Oh.
They are, like, being kind of vague about this. Like, why was he hidden in a back room? Anyway. 150 years before Gen 2, Brass Tower burns to the ground, killing 3 Pokemon inside. Lugia flees to the Whirl Islands while Ho-Oh resurrects the 3 as the legendary beasts and flies off in search of a pure-hearted trainer.
You love Ho-Oh?
I love Ho-Oh. 100 years before Gen 5, the warehouses of Nakreen City are constructed. Clink begin to appear in Chargestone Cave. Roggenrola is discovered as in an earthquake fissure. Whoa, we're in like human years now. Holy frick. 1925.
1925.
Modern Pokeballs are developed from the research of Professor Westwood of Celadon University. That sounded right. 50 years before Gen 5, Elgyem is seen for the first time when it appeared from far in the desert.
It looks like an alien.
I would lose myself.
It looks like an alien.
If that thing came up to me, noosh, I'd poof, gone.
It's cute though.
Yeah. It's really cute. I'm not gonna lie.
Mustard?
Yeah, Honey Mustard. 50 years before Gen 8, Mustard defeats Opal and becomes champion of Galar. 40 years before Gen 3, Lunatone is seen for the first time in a crater. 32 years before Gen 8, Mustard is dethroned as champion of the Galar League after an 18-year-long victory streak and retires soon after. Several decades before Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, C. Malville is decommissioned after the closure of New Malville. 1969, humans land... Oh, it just got another ad.
Humans landed on the moon for the first time.
Wait, what?
In 1969.
What?
I hope you guys know I read this page thoroughly before sending it to both of you and was like, no, this is perfect.
Wait, what?
Yep.
Humans land on the moon for the first time in
If you click on
1969.
it, it literally takes you to the Apollo 11 wiki page when you click on it. Why did they do this?
It's so good. These are all like when people are born.
Yeah. This is crazy. All right.
I don't think we need to go through the people.
Yeah.
No, I think we do, because red and blue are the original, like,
This person's whole name is
Ashen.
N, like the letter N. It just says N is born.
Okay, then skip through everyone else, but red and blue are the original, like, people
Don't
from...
skip N. Why does N get skipped?
Okay, then continue.
All right. 20 years before Gen 5, N is born. 14 to 15 years before Gen 5, Hilbert is born, Hilda is born, Sharon is born, Bianca is born. 13 to 15 years prior to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Okay, I just found out, I don't know if this is true. So I saw the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go
Pikachu.
I saw those games came out, right? And I was like, these games look lame. Like, I honestly didn't even watch any trailer, but just by the name, I was like,
couldn't with the Pikachu.
okay,
It's like you crossed Lightning McQueen and Pikachu.
Pikachu.
I was thinking
No, but I could be wrong on this, but I thought that that these games were just like lame little, like, you know, like you run a Pokemon daycare or something, like something with no actual story. Correct me if I'm wrong, but these games are Pokemon Yellow remakes.
Mm-hmm.
But like with more hand holding.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like it's essentially
But it
like a
is the
remake.
game.
Yeah, it's basically the game, but like it's like kind of simplified in a way. So like you could play it if you have a child and you're trying to introduce a child to Pokemon, you can play it with them because you can literally like you can play as one person and whoever you're playing with can play as like the Pokemon that follows you around.
Oh, okay. That makes a little more sense. Because when I heard it was a Yellow remake, I was like, why wouldn't you just call it like Pokemon, like...
Yellow remake.
You know how they always put like
To
an
make it
adjective in front of
Catchy for the new generation of people.
the dang shame. 13 to 15 years prior to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, Mina is born. 12 years before Gen 3, Brendan is born, and May is born. 11 years before Gen 1, Red is born, Blue is born. 11 years before Gen 3, the Litleo 4 meteor shower passes by Hoenn for the last time prior to Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. TV Malvo is founded. 11 years before Gen 7, Elio is born, Celine is born, Hao is born, Lily is born. 10 years before Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, Wally is born. Pokemon centers in Hoenn are remodeled, removing the second floor and the Pokemon Cable Club. 1995, the first Pokemon created by scientific engineering, Porygon, is created. That's really cool.
Porygon.
Less than 10 years before Gen 1, the Fairy SS title is constructed. A Rotom inhabits
I love him.
abandoned mansion in Sinnoh. some years prior to Gen 1, a team of scientists discover a new Pokemon at the time deep in a jungle in Guyana. That's an actual place, so I hope I said that right. South America on July 5th. They named the Pokemon Mew on July 10th. Mewtwo, a clone of Mew, is born on February 6th. How do they have these dates? Holy crap. Mewtwo escapes from and destroys Cinnabar Island's Pokemon Mansion on September 1st, and then goes to Cerulean Cave. Sabrina's gym is declared the official gym of Saffron City after a Pokemon battle between Sabrina and the leader of the fighting dojo. Giratina returns to the Pokemon world. The battle resort opens in Hoenn. Goldenrod Radio Tower is torn down due to being old and creaky. It's basically Radio Shack. During the process, Radio Shack comes across the clear bell, which he keeps for the time being. Construction of the Royal Unova begins. 10 years prior to Gen 9, Professor Sada / Professor Turo invents a time machine that brings Paradox Pokemon into the present and is later killed by a second Koraidon. And okay, I didn't beat the game, so it's a spoiler.
God!
A year and a half to Gen 9, Clavel becomes the director of Naranja Academy, that means orange in Spanish, and Yuva Academy. Nemona becomes the youngest champion class trainer in Paldea. Team Star is formed. 1 year prior to Gen 1, Professor Rowan goes to Kanto to study Pokedex systems with Professor Oak.
Our king.
I like how essentially this entire thing is backwards from the way that it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Our king,
Wild.
Professor Oak.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
How are you guys feeling about this?
That's a lot to take in. I
You even got a spoiler.
really...
Huh?
You even got a spoiler.
I did.
Well, here we are.
We also found out that Radio Shack exists in the Pokemon world too,
Stop.
and also shut down.
Stop.
My favorite part has to be the random asides. They're like, oh yeah, the Farfetch'd population.
Oh yeah, and also Apollo 11.
No, dude, that took us
it.
out. 1969, and you were like humans,
like,
and then you
"There's no
stopped, and I was
way."
like, humans land on the moon for the first time.
I was like, there's literally no way.
Dude.
That
I'm
was
telling
good.
you, I read this on my lunch break at work, and I was like, nah, this is it.
This is it. This is
This
what
is
we
the
need to
one.
read.
Oh my gosh.
This
Okay,
is the one.
wait, are we out of time?
No, you can add something.
I want to say one thing, not to just absolutely crap on Scarlet and Violet in this in this episode.
You can.
But apparently, so they just had their 2023 Pokemon World Championship in Japan. So, like, they take the most recent game of that year, which is Scarlet and Violet this year, and they obviously have, like, teams of trainers who, like, you compete with your Pokemon team in this event, right? Well, it's extremely controversial at the moment because they just found out that basically 50% of the teams were cheating, which hasn't happened in any other game, but Scarlet and Violet they found is like the most easy game to hack.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and so they showed the stats.
That's so rough.
Yeah, the stats from hacked teams from Scarlet and Violet, and they also just found all this out after the tournament. So the whole thing plays out, and they find out that half the teams cheated. The Japanese teams, 220 of the teams were legal, 12 of them were hacked. Chinese teams, 13 of them were legal, 12 of them were hacked. So only one team from China wasn't hacked. And then the English teams, 228 legal teams, 282 hacked teams. That's just crazy.
That's insane.
That's freaking nuts. So, like, I don't know if they're gonna redo the tournament, but basically none of it means anything.
Yeah, that's insane.
Friggin' wild. Like, imagine if you just went to, like, spectate the 2023 Pokemon World Championships. You fly to Japan, you get back from your trip, and you're like, oh, the whole thing was fake.
And they're literally, like, news comes out, and they're just like, oh, this whole thing's a lie.
Yeah, like...
You're like...
It's just
My
crazy,
God.
But yeah, another reason to
Hey.
not love Scarlet and Violet. Freaking nuts.
I wish they made Scarlet and Violet more like Arceus. Or if they just, like, continued on the trend of doing things like Arceus, like, okay, I don't know, do Mew next.
Yeah. There were even a lot of just, like, basic gameplay glitches that went on in Scarlet.
That, like, shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, it's like, you gotta polish up this game before you release it. But
Yeah.
Also, you're gonna tell me that Breath of the Wild exists, and this is how much of an open world that you can make?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
For real.
Come on.
True.
Yeah. Like, Pokemon Go is more immersive than...
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anything else to add? Anyone?
Pokemon is sick.
Yes.
If you have never played a Pokemon game, you should.
Yes.
It will change your life. It is primarily the reason that I like video games. And yeah.
Heck yeah.
How do you feel about the deep dive, Ewan?
I liked it.
You liked it?
Yeah, I loved how they were sprinkling some, Apollo
Pizzazz
stuff in there. Yeah, it was good.
And I'm here for the pizzazz. It's like,
Yeah.
you get like, hard fact, what?
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
I like
true.
it. It's good.
With that being said, I'm going to say thank you all for listening / watching this episode of the AFK Podcast. Thank you to Ewan for joining us for
Thank you, Win.
for this Pokemon deep dive.
I appreciate the invite.
Of course.
I had a lot of fun.
We'll have to invite you again.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
If you guys enjoyed listening to it and you want to see our faces or any graphics that I add onto the screen, our YouTube will be linked on Spotify. And if you just want to listen to us, and I don't know if it'll be right there, but that is where our socials are. But like if you are watching on YouTube, we are also on Spotify. And if you want to go ahead and follow any of our social media accounts, we have a Twitter, which is now obsolete. We have an Instagram and we have a TikTok. I post on Instagram when the episode goes live or any updates such as us taking the month off. It'll be posted on there. Impromptu. But if you want to go ahead and follow us on there, you'll see updates. And we will see you guys in 2 weeks. Goodbye.